Here we are.
Welcome to Effortless Boutique's first news reading.
Go on, tell them.
I feel like
a news reader.
No, episode number 2 of our podcast, and I have new earrings in.
She thinks she's great, girls, and I forgot mine.
I do feel great. No, thank you so much for we had loads of really, really good feedback of episode 1, all about boundaries. Loads of people saying that they had learnt new stuff about boundaries, but I think it's the type of thing you're learning every day anyway.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Definitely.
So today we wanted to celebrate Valentine's. I don't know about you, but I won't be celebrating Valentine's.
I'm in London.
With not your husband. So we thought we'd talk about friendship. And friendship for me, we were talking about this before we started to film. It's really changed for me as I've got older.
Yeah,
definitely. And
I'm
a good, 12 years ahead of you in the game? Am I? What age are you?
28.
Oh, 12 years.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, so I feel like I've maybe I'm further on in the game.
Yes, and you've learnt over the
disasters.
I was going to say it more politely, but and then I suppose I've probably learned from it.
I know. So I want to talk about friendship. So we are constantly asked how we're friends. Like if I had a pound for every single time someone said, how do you and Amy know each other? How are you friends? Just have a good relationship. Looks very natural. We wouldn't have to sell clothes. So Amy, let's see your version. How are we friends?
You're going to laugh. I really have no idea. When people ask me, I always say, go and ask Lynn.
You don't know?
Because it happens so quickly.
I know.
Because it's really to do with you and Mum.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, so we have a friend. We have a friendship group. Will we admit to the world? Would they kill us? I think they'll be okay.
I think they'll find it funny.
We're in a group of 6 called the 12 Tits.
Bearing in mind this was her suggestion of the name, girls.
You can only imagine the WhatsApp group. So we're in a friendship group of 6 girls, and so it's your mummy and Fiona, who's a mummy, and then her 2 daughters who I babysat with Phil, which makes me really old. And then there is you, because you're your mummy's daughter, but you and Emily have always been best friends. And then I ended up in the group because I was doing your mum's nails, and then I knew Fiona, and all of a sudden we started to go out. But like, I'm talking.
But this is a long time.
15 years longer.
Because I remember Mum going to Moira to you.
It's been a long time, and that actually is probably for me what really seals a friendship for me is length of days. I always talk to you about this.
Yeah.
This is what I've learned as I've got older. Yeah. Like friendships to me with length of days means so much. More, and like I think as you get older and you're making new friends, it's harder.
100%.
Isn't it? And also for me then, it's harder to trust because I don't have the length of days.
Yes.
So we are in this beautiful friendship group, and I was actually saying to Amy's mummy last week, I was like, I have really matured in my friendships because the 5 of you went out for a coffee last week. Now, I was invited, but I chose not to go because of whatever was going on. And I said to your mummy, like, when I looked at that photo, I wasn't jealous.
No. People are
Jealous.
Oh my
I didn't feel left out because I am secure in my friendship.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, glory.
I asked them to Grace as well.
Oh, yeah.
So thinking about friends.
Yeah.
What do you need most from your friends in this right where you are right now, 28 years of age, just married? What do you need in a friend right now? Apart from it being just me.
Yeah. They have to be a very hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why.
Because we never think about it.
No.
Like, if you were going for a job, you would have a list of criteria,
yes.
right?
Yes.
I feel now, as I'm getting older, that I have a list of things, and if people don't meet it, nah.
Mine would probably, a big one of mine, especially this year, would be like accepting my boundaries.
Very good.
Which my close friends do.
Yeah.
There's some who are like,
yeah,
what's she on? Like, why is she getting on like that?
Yeah. And what would be, like, when you say you need them to accept your boundaries, what do you mean?
So, like, if I say, I'm sorry, I can't do this Saturday because I have too much on this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that's no problem. Or some of them would be like, what's wrong with her? What's she done all week?
Mm-hmm. That's so true. And actually, that is a really good thing to lead from boundaries, because when we did our last episode about boundaries, women actually contacted me and said, but what do you do if you have people in your life who don't accept it? And for me, that's really easy. Get rid.
Yeah, definitely, girl.
And I feel now that I'm moving into my 40s, that's where I am.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, if that friendship does not serve me well, no,
I totally agree.
Because I'm too busy in life. My husband and my kids are first and foremost. So if anything else filters in behind that, it has to bring pure joy.
Yeah, and they have to be loving and caring and all, which they are if they accept who you are as a person.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
And your boundaries.
Yeah.
But what I think in our friendship, but I do feel like I'm more like a big sister to you, to be honest.
Well, you see, I think that's why it's hard to like.
Yes, I don't feel like it's a...
Your best friends.
No, because I don't like all that.
Yeah.
I don't like all that.
Yeah.
But I think our thing is we have fun.
Always. Oh my God.
Like, Amy arrived here this morning, and I can't even tell you the morning I was having with the bank. Like, that bank shut my account because I didn't send them my self-tax return, whatever it's called. And I lost it on the phone with that poor man. Now, I behaved well though, even though I lost it.
You did.
Like, I even impressed myself.
Yeah,
I said no naughty words or anything.
No, you're very, very
But when I got off the phone, you made that into the funniest thing to me, that I just switched my mindset.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my word, can you actually believe that's just happened to me? And then we laughed. And I think it's really good to have friends like that. Because when you've got really deep and heavy stuff going on in your life, I know for you and me, we've talked about this before, you need humour.
100%.
That's how you get through the hard times sometimes.
Definitely.
The other question is, what makes a good friend to you?
Mine would probably be like a good, loyal friend. That's probably what mine is.
And what does loyal look like to you?
It would probably be like more like sticking by me. You know, the friends who have stuck by me from COVID.
So you go from COVID, yes, that makes sense.
Mine would be sort of just before COVID.
Yeah.
Friends who stuck by me.
Because then you've had big life changes and you have friends who journeyed that with you.
Yes, whereas there are other ones who were just
maybe
took a wee step back. Whereas I'm like, no, they're the loyal friends who stuck by me.
I was over yesterday, as you know, with Lindsay in Glasgow. And Lindsay is a length of day friend. So we went to school together. We lived 3 doors up from each other. We shared Phil at one stage, but not at the same time. You know, just really good friends. But for me, with the likes of that friendship, that's length of day. So I've had her in my life forever.
How long have you known each other?
From we were 10.
Oh, flip, right?
Yeah, okay. So, you know, I can say whatever I want to her and she will not judge me.
Yes.
Whereas your friends, they don't know the back stuff.
Yes.
They don't know my growing up, my journey, what I've went through life, because they didn't live it with me.
Yeah.
And I feel then that's a bit of acceptance. I feel like that about you and Emily.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? You know the way you've got that one friend whose journey.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was thinking about this, what do I need most from friends? Non-judgmental friends.
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
I need friends that if I make a mistake, it's okay.
Yes.
Because we're human.
But everyone makes mistakes.
I know. I have had friendship, like I've come to 40. I've had friendships in the past that have ended atrociously. I've some that have ended well.
Yeah.
You know, and I look back on those situations and I just think it's growth because I needed those people and they needed me in those moments.
Yeah.
In that season.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about going into my 40s.
Are you?
Yeah, I feel like you were saying this earlier to me. You were saying, like, Lynn, you're really different now with people and with friends.
Yes.
Boundaries.
And
that's why I felt in this, it was best to go from boundaries into friendship. Because I feel the two.
They actually do link, I think, a bit. Yeah, they do massively.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me, Bertha?
I know, I'm trying to think. You really blew my mind, Dolores.
Have I been good, eh?
You've been good. No,
I asked Grace. So Grace is 11. And I said to her, Grace, what do you most want in a friend? Do you know what she said? And I thought this was so interesting because this didn't even come into my thought, probably because I'm older.
Yeah.
I really like friends who don't talk behind my back. And I thought, isn't that so hard? Like, she's 11 and she's experienced that.
Yeah.
But whereas I feel in my late 20s, early 30s, I had a lot of that.
Do you?
I find people saying things, doing things. Whereas I feel now, where I am now, I don't have people like that in my life.
Yes, you've took those people out of your life and not replaced them, but have brought the people who
care. But I've good people around me, as do you.
Oh, very good.
Like your group, we call them the group.
The group. So fun.
I love Amy's group. Like, I would like to go out with them, but I've not been invited. Maybe it's 12 years too old. Maybe. I do, because you have fun.
So much fun. We laugh from the minute now.
So talk about your group. Is it couples? Is it single? What is it?
It's a very big mixture. So over the years, whenever I first went into the group, I was new to it. And there was a few couples, and then there was a few of the boys who were single. And now I think we're all couple except for one.
She's a one single person.
But it doesn't matter because we're not like that as a group. And it's the girls and it's the boys.
And do they not have anybody?
No.
Have you tried to set them up?
No. Was he so happy?
I could help.
You just want to come and pretend?
No. That would be my way into the group. Would he be happy enough? I don't know.
Oh, too funny.
But you do, and you are obviously chief organizer.
Girls, if I had an organizer, would happen.
I know.
But one of my questions was for you.
Oh.
What's your favourite thing to do with your friends or a friend? What's your favourite thing to do? Maybe place to go, or maybe it's not. Like, that was one of my questions. I
do not like meeting for lunch.
No.
No, doesn't do anything for me anymore.
Okay.
I love like with the 12 tits. I have to keep saying that every now and then because it makes me laugh. We meet up probably every 6-ish weeks.
Yeah, it varies, but we never fall out over it. It's just like
it's organically happens.
And you see, if we don't speak in 3 months,
it's fine. It's just such a beautiful friendship group. But I love this week. You're coming here.
Yeah.
And we're just going to get a takeaway together and stuff. I love that.
Okay.
I love being with friends when it's really easy.
Yes.
Or I love going out for dinner.
Do you prefer dinner than lunch?
Yeah. Why? Why do I prefer that? I don't know.
It's not so funny.
I just would never think of sometimes we've met your mummy and all at lunchtime. Yes. I just wouldn't. Maybe it's just because in my head, lunchtime's during the week and I'm working.
Yes.
Whereas the weekend. But Phil and me love our house being full.
Yes, you
do. Love the house being full. Phil especially. Yeah. Phil, I think it's him coming from a big family. So I'm an only child. So therefore, I really love the one-to-one and the smaller groups. But Phil loves a crowd, doesn't he? What's he not like? Now, I've had to rein him in. From Christmas. We haven't had people here from Christmas.
I don't know how you did that before Christmas. Oh my word, you're putting my head away.
It was just like Phil gets into the car and he's like, did you ask his cup? Like we were at church on Sunday and we had extra beef And he was like, is anybody coming? Who you invite? Like, oh my word, like, just, it's okay if it's just us.
And I think as your kids get older, they're happy.
But
on a Sunday especially.
Especially. But and then so we have like I have my friends and then he has his friends and I feel even for him as a guy, he's made really good friendships in the past 5 years as he's got older.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then we have our couple friends and then we have but we wouldn't have, I suppose through church you'd maybe have a group of core people who would come together. But like we don't have, you see the way you have your group.
Yeah.
Well, then I suppose you have other friends on top of the group that wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
So it's like loads of pockets of friends.
That's a good way to explain it.
Write that down, Bertha. Pockets of friends. And I think that's really good as well because, like, people annoy you. Let's be real.
Really irritate me.
Like, there's sometimes I go to Phil, I can't even her.
It's not me,
no, but it's real life. People are going to irritate you.
Or send you something you're like, is that all I have to think about right now?
And messages can come across so bad. What were you going to say?
That's what I was going to say. I hate whenever you get a message and you're like, she's so cheeky.
Can I say something?
She is.
Your messages are wild blunt.
I know. I can't be bothered.
And you see whenever you write that TBH, to be honest, I want to hurt you.
I know you do. It's a bit like a thumbs up. Sometimes I do that.
So I read somewhere that if you're replying to messages and you give people a thumbs up, it's as bad as giving someone the middle finger. No. It's as bad as giving someone the middle finger. And you see in our church WhatsApp groups, see the amount of people who do thumbs up and I'm like, she's just giving him the middle finger. No, but I get that because like if someone gives me the thumbs up, I'm like, take the time and write me a word, please. Yes. And whenever you say TBH, I'm like, I can imagine you go, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? No.
I think it's both because we're in conversation about work and life so much. Do you know what I mean?
I've got a question.
Oh, no.
Do you think we successfully keep the two separate?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. Now today I'm working, so it will be all about work.
Yeah. And then we'll stop and we'll have our lunch and we'll be friends.
Or like on Thursday night, we're here. But it'll be friends.
Yeah, like we'll not really talk about work.
No.
With the 12 tits. Like
and it's not that anything's a secret, but
no.
It's just for us, we're friends then.
Yeah. Okay, Amy, I love you loads.
I love you loads too, Dolores.
I do feel like you probably, out of everybody, see the real Givens.
Oh, yes.
You've witnessed a few things now.
Witnessed them all.
Amy first started with me being our nanny. Mm-hmm. So you did 2 days back then looking after Grace.
A Wednesday and a Friday.
And would have come in and looked after the kids and done dinner and helped me. It was literally, I felt like you were just what I couldn't be in that moment. That's what you stepped into my family. And then it progressed and you started doing try-ons and working. And now, like, well, the kids still want to think you're there now. So funny. So when Amy comes on a Wednesday, she really is here to work with me, but the kids like to think she's here for them, so we just have to pretend. Even Phil, I think.
See if I don't have the dinner ready. What time's dinner? When's dinner going to be ready? What are we having? I don't see anything, and they look around. No, like where is it?
And they're raging if I've done
it. Like they can't cook. No. You see, do you want me to laugh? We made them potatoes.
That's all fine.
Not. Your mummy told me not to make those on steak. Well, I'm not eating them. They're not yours.
Yes, he likes whenever Amy peels the potatoes, mashes them herself. He does not want a pack of potato if Amy's here. That's Alfie I'm talking about.
So funny.
It is really, really funny. But no, I do feel like we can separate it really well.
Yeah.
I actually do.
Definitely.
But I think that's because we have been on a journey of learning about boundaries.
100%.
And we've actually journeyed big stuff the past few years together.
Yeah.
And definitely. I think that brings a different dimension into your friendship.
Yeah.
You know, because you're
understanding and you know what's going on and
but
it's very hard to explain, but isn't it actually when you think about it?
What would you love to this is a good question, right? think back to when you were 18.
Oh, glory,
right?
Okay. Yes.
What would you tell your 18-year-old self? Like to not worry about in friends, or maybe there was stuff going on, or what would you tell your 18-year-old self? This is what you're going to need in the next 10 years from your friends. I think you'll be good at this question.
Do you?
Yeah. I think when you're back at 18 and then now you're 28, like what did you need through your friends in those 10 years?
My friends to be loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't always.
No. So you would tell yourself at 18
to be loyal. Mm-hmm. Probably a bit like what Grace is saying. Yeah. Do you know that? Don't talk behind people's back. You don't know what's around the corner for someone. Do you know that type of thing? That's another thing. You know. Like you don't actually know what your friends are journeying. No. And you have to be really careful. Even what's happened maybe before you've become a friend. Yeah, it's true. And what you say to them. Yeah, because it could trigger. That's very true, actually. Because sometimes I meet people now, especially in work and stuff, and they say things, and I'm thinking, I don't know what happened to me. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So it's always trying to be mindful as well. Whenever I look back at my 18-year-old self, I'm thinking of 20 years. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. 20, more or less. I would probably tell myself to not be a people pleaser. Yes. And to really protect myself and not give all of myself. Like, what am I not like? Something else like. But I'm much, much better now. No, you are. But I think for me as well, I have safety in my friendships when Phil's involved. Oh, okay. So my couple friendships are really healthy. Okay, yes. Because it's really balanced. Yes. Whereas whenever the friends that I have that he's maybe not involved in, I sometimes think I give too much. You talk. Yeah. You fill the gap nearly. Yeah. And that's another thing. Don't fill the gaps, girls. We always say this. When you go out with them, don't fill the gaps. They have to work just as much as you have. You shouldn't know nothing about them and they know everything about you. Yep. I think this is good, you know. Try seeing that. What would you tell? What would you like your 48-year-old self to be looking back and saying about your friends? Right, hold on, Lynn. That's ages away. It's not really. I'm 40. And I remember being 28. So depressed. That's a really hard one, but what would you say? I just really want, like, to grow old with my friends and, like, be happy. Yeah, you know, like ladies. Not a good word. Like, you know, like ladies who holiday together. Like I went. You were going to say ladies who lunch. No, because I don't like lunching. Yeah. I went to Gran Canaria last year with Amy's mummy, and our other friend Fiona. So in our group, you've got the two mummies, and then you've got me in the middle, and then you've got the three girls. And I tell you what, you see, when they were growing up, finding their partners. Oh my word! Like. I was so stuck in the middle. Do you remember the night the three of you fell out? No, you and Emily fell out with me. We fell out with you. Because I got too involved. Like it was crazy. But you were being silly wee girls. No. You were kissing everybody. No, we weren't! We were just being like, I can't even can't talk about that. I was being prim and proper. She was. I had as if butter would melt. I know. I'd gone into the role of the two older mummies. And they were like, Lynn, you say nothing. And you were like, nah. And then we were like, nah. And literally we fell out. And Emily and I were sitting at one end of the table. For like an hour. Uh-huh. Not even a proper fallout. But no. You know what, actually? And that's another thing. I think in our particular friendship group that we're talking about, it works because there's loads of different ages. Yes. We're all at different stages of life. Yes. And I have learned so much from your mummy and Fiona. Yes. On how to parent, how to be a wife. Yeah. Just practicals, you know, because they're ahead of me in the game. Yeah. What have you learned from me, Bertha? But it probably is a bit like that too. Do you know? But yours is slightly different now because you're in your own business. Huh? I've probably learned how different it is to own your own business and to balance life.
Right. Yeah, you may go in a bit more detail there, you may.
Well, like my mum was a teacher and had, 8 to 5, say.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came home and it all just fell into place.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you work and try to sort the kids out and are finishing to 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get my head around that.
Sometimes. Isn't it funny?
Do you know what I mean? It's because it's not the way I was brought up. Whereas Grace and Elfie just fall into place. They keep me right on a Wednesday.
They don't know any different.
Yes, whereas I'm nearly sometimes on a Wednesday, I think, waiting for you to come in and feels like she's not coming in for dinner, she's working late. And I'm like,
I know you can't cope with that when I don't come in from the dinner.
I'm like, make sure she comes in and feels like, yep, she'll come in.
I think as well, sometimes, actually, when you bring that up I would say you're like this too, in our routine of life, because our working hours are very different. Like you're the same, you're nannying, and then you're in here and out. Like you could maybe do a shift in the morning, be in here with me at night.
Yeah.
It is actually hard then to have friendships. If you get me, like when do you see people? Yeah. I'm really blessed. I get to see a lot of my friends at church.
Yes.
So that's really easy for me. Yeah. But then you have the friends you need to make effort with. And I feel even this past year, I probably haven't done that just so well.
Oh, right. Okay. Whereas you see, probably, like I would see Emily once a week.
No, but yous are good.
But, it probably works well with my job.
Yeah. And then with her, with the wee man and all.
Do you know, whereas...
Emily, I was so pleased you're in this podcast.
Whereas there's other friends, I would have to be like, right, that's me. I don't know, the 3rd of March, that far away. Because it doesn't bother, the two of us doesn't bother us if we don't see each other for a year because we're still good friends. Yeah.
I maybe need to learn to put those sort of plans in the diary.
Yes.
I'd really like to meet that girl. I'm not free for the next few weeks. Get it in the diary. And then you get to that week and you're still not free.
Yes.
And
that's what works for me.
I think it's good to have, but I do love having people around for dinner, Amy.
You do love that. You do. Whereas I find it easier to probably go out for dinner.
You like going out?
I like going out for dinner. But I don't know why.
I know. It's just nice. It's nice to be sociable. It's nice to have friends. Yeah. And then, do you know what? There's also times in life where you'll feel like you don't have friends. That's normal.
Oh, why? Yeah.
Sometimes if you're sitting listening to this and you're like, oh, it's well for them. They've got, I've not always been happy in friendships.
Oh, no.
I have.
And you still get hurt.
Had really hard times with crazy things people wouldn't even believe. But you just have to put one step in front of the other. Is that the right saying?
Yeah. Thanks for
Do you think it is?
Just go with it.
Do we have any nice plans for us, like going out and all over the next week? I'm trying to think, do I have friendship things?
Well, what am I doing? Going to London.
You're going to London with a good friend?
I wasn't invited. Portugal
wasn't
invited.
With
my friends.
Oh, I wasn't invited to that either.
Invited to that. What are we doing?
That's nice doing the Portugal thing.
Excuse me.
What?
Just remember what the tits have done.
Oh yeah. We're going away. Yes. So Emily is 30 and I'm 40. That makes me feel so old. I remember her running around. I'm not going to bed. So we're going away a wee night in August. That'll be so nice.
Yep.
Look, it's actually what I've probably learned as well, turning 40 this year. The people text and going, I want to do this with you.
Yes.
Or can we do that? And then you're like, I actually do.
You do have friends. But sometimes the good friends are the ones, don't have to see your friends every day for them to be your friends.
Lindsay and I were saying that. She lives over in Glasgow and I went over and I would have done that a lot pre-COVID. I would have been
just flew over.
Yeah, in the day and back that night. And we never text.
Do you not?
Not really.
Right, okay.
The odd phone call, we're not in each other's pockets.
Yes.
But then when you meet up, it's just
never shut up.
Never shut up.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah. She was telling me a few things that I'd been like when I was 18. I don't think I was a great friend.
Oh.
Yeah, I dumped her a lot for guys.
Oh, I can't.
I know. And yet I would never do, I wouldn't, And I have a real thing now. Like if you say you're doing something, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And that must be from
the past.
She gives me a few home truths. That's a good friend. Good friend is able to say you're not right.
Stick by you.
Yeah. I don't think we've anything else to say.
No, I think that.
We just, do you know, if you've got a good friend, do you know what I would say? Send her a text. Yeah. Tell her she's a good friend. Tell her why.
Yeah.
Maybe your partner's your best friend. Maybe your mum's your best friend. You know, we've all different
Even
outlets.
like a nice wee quote.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes a wee quote's nice.
Oh, to send to someone.
To send to someone. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
You don't actually have to speak.
You just send.
A quote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we hope you've enjoyed listening in our chat. We talk about friendship all the time.
All the time.
Like, you know, even coming up to your wedding.
Oh yes, it was like 1,000.
I love to know who everybody was and how you were friends and how you became friends. I love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
we are going to go and get back on to doing a try on. If you like this podcast, whatever you want to call it, give it a heart, give it a like, tell a friend about it. It means so much whenever we hear people saying what they thought and what they like about it. And also you've got our website, www.effortlessboutique.co.uk. If you're watching us, we're both wearing jumpers from it. But I hope that you have a really good Galentine's and reach out to a really good friend who has supported you, encouraged you, or maybe someone you've thought, Flip, you have been really, really loyal. Reach out to them, tell them how much they mean to you and brighten up their day. So see you later. Bye from Lynn.
Bye from Mimi.
Bye. We wanted to ask some of our special friends in this Galentine's special a few questions about friendship, and here's what they had to say. Right, girls, be quiet.
You're so serious. I'm shy.
Right, are you ready? What makes a good friend?
In my opinion, what makes a good friend is someone that you can trust and that you can share like parts of your life with.
Yeah.
And that will stay with that person and like won't be shared.
Very good.
Feel like,
so you need to feel safe with your friends. Very good. So then the next question was, what do you need most from your friends? So yours is safety.
Safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
And tell the truth. I've got one more question. Is Amy really a good friend?
Well, I've known Amy a very long time, so like we really know each other.
Uh-huh. Okay, last.
All the goods and all the bad.
What makes a good friend?
Somebody who's always at the end of the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody who is there through thick and thin and has always got your back.
Yeah.
And you can trust them with everything and they don't let you down ever.
What do you personally think you need most from a friend? Like if it was just one thing.
Oh, flip Lynn. Trust, I suppose.
Yeah.
And safe.
Yeah.
Gotta be safe. But the big thing about us is like we like to laugh.
We love to laugh.
Like the stupidest of things.
Yeah. And safety and trust is massive.
Safety's the big thing.
Yeah. Length of days. Thank you so much, Colleen. I see you're the baby of the group. What do you love about the 12 Tits?
I just love how much we laugh.
We do laugh.
We laugh so much. Like we laugh until we cry.
At each other?
At each other.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you most need from a friend? Especially at this, you're just married, started a new business. What do you need your friends to do for you at the minute? What do you need?
Just be there and like know what's going on. So yeah, trust is a big one. I know everyone else said that, but trust and know what's going on in your life and not just be there for the highlights.
That's good, actually. Not just the highlight reel.
Yeah.
And what makes a good friend for you? Like, what do you like to do with a friend? Apart from just stuffing our face there with an Indian.
I don't know, just to be completely 100% yourself. That you don't have to like pretend or hide any part of yourself from them. You can be completely open with them, share everything with them, not be embarrassed around them.
No judgment. Right, get your wee microphone on, Fiona. Are you ready?
Sort of.
Yeah. Fiona, you were the one that actually brought the 12 Tits together in a weird way, because I babysat your girls.
That's right.
And then Emily was best friends with Amy, and then Colleen. So that's actually
the founder.
She's the she's the founder. Here, that's such a good thing to be proud of. You're the founder of 12 Tits. Fiona, what makes a good friend for you?
Like everybody has said before, a good friend you need to be able to trust. You need to be able to feel comfortable with. Somebody who you can phone and they're just there for you. You can go out for a coffee, you can do whatever.
And I love that about you girls, because you can just pick up the phone. And it's funny actually, because we're all at different stages and different ages.
So you keep saying.
I nearly feel like I go to different people for different things. Calling, not the wisdom. And tell me, what do you love to do with a friend?
What do I love to do with you friends?
Yeah.
Well, we love meeting up. We love laughing, like has been said before. We laugh until we are crying. Yeah, and we discuss. We can be serious. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to have friends as well that you can laugh with, but then you've got them during the hard times. Yeah. Oh, girls, I love you.